One of the things about solar is sizing your system to your needs. And when we built our solar system, we put 2,400 watts of panels on, and we started out with 400 amp hours of battery, thinking we'd probably add more. And you know, you want to run it and see battery capacity. Basically, will it get us through the night? And so we upped to 600 amp hours, and now we've found that we're in a great spot. With solar though, on hot days, to run both our air conditioners all day long and still be able to charge up the batteries a little, we are going to upgrade our solar today and add 1,200 more watts of panels. So here's our first Renogy panel. It's a 200 watt. We've got our brackets on. I like these. You can take 2 bolts out, tilt them up if you need to get under the roof. And since we're putting a lot of panels on, invariably, we're gonna have to tilt them up to clean the roof, check our seals, reseal stuff. So I bought these. You can get them on Amazon. And they're pretty simple. You've got 2 wires here. They come zip tied up. And you have a negative and you have a positive. And we are going to be wiring them in series, 3 in series. And so what that means is positive will go to the next panel's negative, and so on. And so your first panel, you'll have a negative. On your very last panel, you have a positive. What that does is it keeps the amperage the same, but it increases our voltage by 3 times. So one of the things with getting panels on the roof is getting panels on the roof. We simply take a piece of line and tie it to the panel. I'm going to tie a good old-fashioned bowline. And then I'll go up on the roof and lift up, and Monica can guide it up, going up the ladder, and I just keep the sensitive side, the face, facing outward. I'm cutting pieces of butyl tape to put under the brackets. I put a couple strips on each bracket, like that. Once I know it's in position, I'll do one leg, push it down, and then when I screw it down, these roofs aren't very thick, so I pre-drill the hole, and I put my lag in. I use little rubber roofing washers, and I tighten them down just till it gets snug and puts a little pressure on that butyl tape. It seals underneath the foot really well, and then after it's screwed on, I'll put some self-leveling Dicor all around the holes. Might be a little extra, but I don't mind a little extra to make sure we don't have any leaks.
It's like a sunny day on the roof of the RV to make you happy. And hot.
Better than a cold day in the Bering Sea.
When we started this project, we had this one here, right here, 2, 3, back here along the edge is 4, and then there's 3 way down there on the edge. That's 7. There's 1 across the back that you can't see running side to side. That's 8. And then there's, you can see 4 on the left hand side in front of where David is sitting. So we had 12. Now we're adding 3 more down the center, which are done. And then our next step is to add, where he is standing, 2 more small ones, and now where he's walking, 2 more large ones. So that will eventually, when this is done, give us a total of
3,600 watts.
3,600 watts. Now that these panels are in place, they need to be wired together.
In series.
In series.
So that's what we're doing.
And so you've got red wire and black wire, and you're actually making ends, which is a cool process to see.
So there the tool crimps it really nice and firm. Take this, push it in our end. Put the watertight seal on. Screw it tight.
Look at that. And then
That plugs into that plus. So we're doing series. So positive from that panel to negative of this panel, positive of this panel to negative of this panel, and then positive from this panel and negative from that first panel connect to the controller.
getting the last of the wiring finished. It's very exciting. We are so on the home stretch right now. We can both taste it, and it's starting to rain, so we're extra motivated to get done.
Because we are going with 3 in series, each string needs to have a fuse on the positive input. So now I've taken out, we had 2, and I'm basically just adding a 3rd so we can add our new series.
This is very exciting.
We take, here's our positive off our new string, and okay, so now we've connected these 3 in parallel with those 3 and these 3. This one, that one, that one, that one. Then the top 3 and those 3 are on the other controller. So we had 6 panels on each controller. Now we basically will have 9. Here we are on the next day. We got everything installed last night just before a little mini monsoon and some thunder. So today we are putting a little self-leveling lap sealant on top of our bolts just to make sure we don't have any water intrusion. Then we're going to just bundle up our connections with some zip ties so nothing slides around and gets chafed, and we are good to go. Okay, so we've got our solar panels up and we're testing them out. I've got both ACs running. It's pretty warm in here, so they're running good. I'm drawing 2,580 watts right now, and we are making 2,877 watts in solar. And it's a little partially cloudy today, so it's gone up to a high of about 3,300, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice. Before with 2,400, 2,000 was reasonable, and it just wasn't quite enough to cover the loads. So as we're running it during the day, now we're drawing down on the batteries a bit. What this does is we can run the ACs during the day, and then in the evening when we're down to running 1 AC, we have plenty of battery capacity with them charged to run that all night long. So this turned out really well. And thank you so much for watching, for commenting, and for subscribing. We'll see you on the next video.